We are really fortunate to get out of here with a win. I thought Boston College played fabulously. In the first half, we just could not guard them. You know, they really have good young perimeter guys. Jimmy's building this thing with good young perimeter guys. I know he's trying to get some big guys, and he will. I think the story was we defended better in the second half. Play a little zone, changed it up. We went zone, and that changed their rhythm. And we made some big shots and big free throws, which this team, our guys, have done that.
Questions?
Mike, you talked about changing your rhythm. Is that what you feel about halftime?
Yeah. They're running, it was like clinic stuff. When Jim speaks at a clinic this spring, he's going to show first half stuff against us when he's talking about his offense, because they cut us up left, right, slipping ball screens, and we had no answer for it. We were better in the second half. We started man, but then we went to two big guys and played zone, and I think we got 6 straight stops in zone. And what happens is, all of a sudden, you're not in your man-to-man offensive rhythm. You're not running and cutting, and you're playing a little differently, and that helped us. It changed their rhythm. Then we went back man, and we're still able to finish and get some big stops. We made some big shots. Rex Pfluger got his hand on a big offensive rebound, and you know what we've done. Again, we make big free throws. We're 19 for 21. We lead the nation, and it's an unbelievable weapon when we get into the bonus.
You mentioned BC's young talent. What were your impressions of Bowman, or especially early?
Yeah, Bowman we had no answers for him. I mean, he is really a gifted young guard. He's as good as any young guard in this league. He's got the ability to shoot it, and he was feeling good. I didn't think we did a very good job on some of the ball screens, but he made some tough ones too. And he got them confident and making them believe. Everybody got in on the act then. It was, again, they put 50 on us, 50 at halftime. I mean, fortunately we at least had 39, and you're within striking distance.
Talk about that stretch that Bonzi and Matt had when you guys broke down.
Yeah, the one thing about Matt Farrell, he senses when we need it, and he's been that kind of assassin for us all year. And then Bonds is Bonds, and he didn't. They defended him pretty good. And I knew they'd come after him after the week that he had last week. But I thought he let it come to him and made some plays and kept it simple. But those two guys certainly made us believe. I thought VJ got going. He was kind of quiet, but that's kind of been VJ in his career. All of a sudden, the last 10 minutes of the game, he can make 2 or 3 big threes and change the whole complexion.
Coach, both Bonzi and Matt have BC connections. Matt was committed here, obviously, and Bonzi's dad was the assistant coach here. Could you sense any extra motivation from either?
Yeah, I think Bonzi, I give him credit. This is the 3rd time we brought him home, I believe. And he's always played well. Usually you bring guys home, and they're going to be a little spaced out. He spent so much time in this building growing up. His whole family's here. And he's just so steady that way. And I'm sure Matt Farrell a little bit probably was fired up to play, because he was thinking at one time he was going to be an Eagle, but thank God we got him. We're fortunate.
Coach,
I don't think that thing's working. Don't even worry about it.
Staying on the Bonzi train here, what do you think has been the biggest thing for him this year?
Yeah, well, I think he's become better with the ball. He's a better passer than he was in his early years, and he's able to make face-up jump shots now. He's even making some threes. He didn't make any tonight, but against Florida State he made some big ones. Against Wake Forest he did. He's gotten, we got his footwork together. He was always a junkyard dog, around the bucket, making plays. He's become a better basketball player with us. Catch, footwork, how to pivot, shot fake, and he still needs work in that area. But I just think he's become a better basketball player, and then you put that with an edge and an intensity, and that's a really neat combo.
Talk a little about, too, how much better you can get.
No, I think the sky's the limit for him. I mean, I think the NBA people are very intrigued. They see a little Draymond Green in him. These tweener guys are in vogue now, because of what Green has done. He's certainly going to be a first-team All-League guy. He's probably put himself in the Player of the Year. He could be the National Player of the Year next year with him coming back and what he's done. But he's been steady, mature, and coachable the whole time. Nobody deserves it more.
With Matt, you called him an assassin, and you also said he had a little bit of extra juice for this game. But he knocks down those 2 threes. The second one makes it 59-59. He comes back and he's yelling at nobody in particular. Did you get a sense of what was going on in that particular?
When he was like yelling,
Yeah.
he just gets fired up. He gets a little crazy. He's crazy. He's a New Jersey guy. They're all they're a little nutty, but I wouldn't have it any. I got 3 New Jersey guys that are a little wacky, but I love it. He's got a great edge about him. I think it's the way he fires himself up. I think our teammates react to it. When he's at home, our home crowd loves it. He plays with great juice, and he certainly sparked us tonight. Yes.
Steve Asturia was like only 1 for 7 shooting threes, but he had 7 assists and 1 turnover. What's it like having a guy like that that's like a secondary playmaker?
Yeah, he's such an all-round guard. And you probably can't stat the defensive plays that he made tonight, rotating over, being in good position, guarding his guy. He's a great defender. Steve is maybe the best all-round player I've ever coached in my 22 years of being a head coach. He does it on both ends of the floor, and he's one of those guys. He doesn't worry about if he isn't making shots. He figures out how to do other things, and he certainly did those tonight. Yes.
We were told it's your 13th 20-win season in a row. I was just wondering, how did you bring that consistency into the ACC?
Yeah, we've been on a great run, man. I'm really proud of our program. We had a great, consistent program in the Big East. I was worried when we went to the ACC, could we continue it? The first year didn't go too good. We lost Jaron Grant halfway through the year. But these last 3 years, we've been really good in the league, and it's given us great credibility. We have a rhythm to our roster where we're old every year. We have guys leaving, but then juniors and growing up behind them, and we've been able to stay old annually, and that's kept us consistently winning and getting NCAA tournament bids. And I'm thrilled that, obviously, I think it looks pretty darn good that we'll be part of the big dance again. And when I got here, we had not been in a tournament for 10 years. The 90s were a tough decade for us. This will be our 12th bid in 17 years, and I think 9 out of 11 and maybe 6 out of 7. We're really proud of that, getting in that thing almost annually. Yes?
So you guys get two games in the next 2 weeks. How do you keep the guys focused? And then would you rather have that time off earlier in to keep the momentum going late in the year for this tournament time?
I think it's good for us because if you look at our minutes of our main 4 guys, Farrell, Beecham, Vastori, and Colson, they play a lot of minutes. So getting through Saturday and being able to rest them and get them really fresh, I think comes at a great time for us. And then we've got fresh legs for the stretch.
Going back to something you said earlier, you were talking about how you managed to sort of like stay old and fill in some veteran type players. If you look at a program like Boston College, do you think that's something that would be a good model here too?
Yes, and I think they're in that process. If you look at their young perimeter guys, they've got really good, gifted young guys that are going to grow up in this program. Now they're going to add some bigs, and that's the continuity you got to have at a Notre Dame and a Boston College, given our academics and our requirements. I think it's the best way to build it, and I believe Jimmy's on his way, kind of doing it with a very gifted perimeter, which we couldn't guard basically tonight. We were very lucky to get out of here with a win. Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.